get serious. That's where it begins. That's the foundation you stand on. There's no trick, no shortcut, no magic formula that can take the place of that one decision. You must decide, right here, right now, that your life matters. Not tomorrow, not next month, but today. Your story matters. You matter. I'm in my 70s now, and let me tell you something I learned the hard way. It all passes so quickly, faster than you could ever imagine. One moment, you're a young woman thinking the world is wide open, that there's endless time to try, to fail to dream. And then before you even realize it, you're looking back, staring at the second half of your life, asking yourself where all those years went. We believe time is infinite when we're young, but it isn't. It is the most limited, irreplaceable resource you'll ever be given. And the most dangerous lie we tell ourselves is this: I have time. I remember once seeing a quote on the wall of a gym, taken from the movie Rocky III. It said, "There is no tomorrow." At first it felt dramatic, maybe just a catchy movie line, but over the years I've realized it's the truth. There is no tomorrow, at least not the way we imagine it. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. It isn't promised. It isn't real until you open your eyes and arrive there. What is real? This moment, this very breath, this choice right now. If you are lucky, you might get 70, 5 years on this earth. That's 75 springs where flowers bloom. 75 summers where you feel the sun kiss your skin. 75 autumns to watch the leaves fall. 75 winters to pull a blanket close and breathe in the stillness. When you count it that way, not as decades, but as a small and precious number of seasons, you understand how quickly it all slips by. And you see how sacred every single one truly is. So don't waste them. Don't let another season pass while you drown in distractions, scrolling past your own potential, numbing yourself with noise. Step away from the race to be accepted, the pressure to look perfect, the constant pull to compare your life with everyone else's. Come back to yourself. Because at the end of the day, what matters isn't the approval, the attention, or the trophies. What matters is the work you do when nobody is watching. The woman you become in the quiet. The way you hold yourself when no one is clapping. Change is not dramatic. It doesn't arrive with fireworks. It starts small, like a boat shifting just 5 degrees off course. 5 degrees doesn't seem like much, but given enough time, that tiny change takes you to a completely different shore. That's how transformation works. Slow, quiet, invisible at first, but unstoppable when you stay the course. And here's the truth you need to hear. This next year will pass anyway. Whether you act or don't act, time will move forward. 10 months from now, some woman will look in the mirror and whisper, "I'm proud of who I became." And another woman will sigh and think, "I wasted more time." Which one will you be? Maybe you've convinced yourself it's too late. You're too far behind, too exhausted, too hurt, too weighed down by mistakes or years you feel you lost. But listen to me, you are not too late. Not if you start now, because progress is never about leaps. It's about momentum. Tiny steps, small wins, little choices stacked one after another until suddenly you realize you've created a wave. And when that wave builds, it carries you somewhere new. One day, not far from now, you'll glance back and see you broke the cycle. You weren't stuck anymore. You changed. You grew stronger. Or you stayed the same and life grew heavier, harder, more painful. That's the part people forget. If you're not getting better, you're getting buried. There is no pause button. Time doesn't stop. You are either rising with it or letting it bury you alive. So write it down. Every single thing you want, everything you need, everything that has to change. Don't just think it, ink it. Put it on paper. Create goals for today, for this month, for the next 5 years. Break them down into steps. Build a checklist. Force yourself to follow through. Because the only difference between a dream And a goal is a deadline and accountability. And accountability is everything. Find it in a friend, in a mentor, in your sister, or in the reflection staring back at you. Every day ask yourself, did I do what I said I would? If the answer is no, you try again tomorrow. If the answer is yes, you stack another win. That's how you build respect for yourself. That's how you rebuild your life, one promise kept at a time. Stop waiting for someday. It doesn't exist. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those are real. Someday is a trick, a soft pillow we use to comfort ourselves while nothing changes. You want to change. Then stop waiting for the perfect time. Take one step, then another, and then another. No woman climbs a mountain in one graceful leap. You do it one aching step at a time, one slippery ledge at a time, one breathless reach at a time. And here's the part most people won't tell you. If you're truly ambitious, if you are chasing a life that matters, you will almost always feel like you're behind, like you're not enough. That's not failure. That's the price of the fight. Because greatness does not feel like greatness when you're in the middle of it. 90% of the time, it feels like exhaustion, pressure, rejection. 8% of the time, it feels like doubt, like you don't belong, like you're an imposter. And maybe, just maybe, 2% of the time, you feel the joy of victory. And even then, it doesn't last long because your eyes immediately shift to the next climb. That's the truth of a life worth living. Don't be fooled by the highlight reels you see online. The flawless pictures, the effortless smiles, the staged vacations. That's not reality. The women who actually build something real, who raise families, who chase their calling, who create beauty in the middle of chaos, they don't live in ease. They live in the fire. They live in resistance. They keep showing up where it's uncomfortable because they know that's where growth lives. They don't chase comfort. They chase clarity. They chase strength. They chase mastery of themselves. So if you're struggling right now, good. That means you're still swinging. That means you're still alive in the ring. Keep moving. Keep pushing. Don't wait on motivation. It comes and goes. Build habits. Build discipline like armor. Build character like a fortress. And remember, no matter how far behind you feel, the moment you take control of your actions, you begin to rewrite your story. There is no tomorrow. There is only now. You don't need permission. You don't need to be perfect. You need a decision. One choice made with all your heart can change everything. So make it. Make it today. Listen closely, because here's another truth. Every great woman you admire, every champion, every artist, every leader has stood exactly where you're right now. Tired, unsure, unappreciated, and overwhelmed. The difference, they got serious. Not angry, not bitter, but serious. You don't have to carry rage at the world. You don't have to walk in constant pain, but you must get serious about two things that will shape every day you have left. First, your goals. Where do you want to go? Who do you want to become in the next 5 years? In the next 10? What do you want to create, to give, to experience? Because if you don't design that future, life will design it for you. And life doesn't care. It will drag you through mud if you let it. But if you want to rise, you must be deliberate. You must be hungry. You must choose. Second, you must get serious about your own growth, about becoming the kind of woman who can carry the weight of her own dreams. Because you don't get what you want. You get who you are. 10 years from now, you will be someone. The only question is, will you drift into that version of yourself? Or will you build her? Brick by brick, day by day. I remember standing once in a filthy apartment, cockroaches in the corners, a mess that mirrored the mess inside me. And in that moment, I realized this is my life. This chaos, this dirt, it reflects me. And I said no more. I walked out and never looked back. That night, I began working like a woman possessed. Not because someone demanded it of me, but because I knew if I didn't create a new me, I'd stay trapped in that same cycle until the end. So I invented her, the woman I wanted to become. The one who could take pain, take ridicule, outlast doubt. I built a mind like iron, a spirit that would not break. And I built her through the fire, through suffering, through every whisper of, "You can't." Every time someone doubted me, it fueled me. Because the battle was never about proving anyone else wrong. It was about proving to myself that I could win against the old me. And if I can beat her, the version who gave up, then I win. So let me ask you, if your life were a movie and the story began right now, what would the heroine do? What would the strongest version of you choose in this exact moment? You already know the answer. So write it down. Write down what you'll no longer tolerate. Write down what you'll no longer accept from yourself. Write down the woman you're going to become. Keep it in front of you, and don't stop until you meet her. Remind yourself of it every single day, my sister. Because that's how transformation begins. Not in huge leaps, but in small, steady acts of courage repeated again and again. We are living in a rare moment in history. Maybe the rarest of all, where you truly have the power to choose what you feed your mind and heart. You can choose the books that whisper to you at night, the voices that you let guide your thoughts, the videos you allow into your soul. And those choices matter. They matter because they either give you wings or they weigh you down. They either inspire you to rise or they distract you until your dreams fade into dust. The mind is like a blade, and no blade ever became sharp by being left alone in a drawer. A blade must feel the fire, it must be beaten, molded, and forged through resistance. That's life. That's growth. You don't get stronger by lying on the couch or avoiding discomfort. You only grow when you climb the hill, step by step, even when your legs ache. No one has ever built greatness by sliding downhill. Success, true success, is not a thing you chase like a shadow. It's something you attract by the woman you choose to become. So stop running after it. Stop waiting for it. Start building yourself. Build your discipline like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Build the habits, the routines, the strength to stand tall when the world tries to bend you. Pay attention to your thoughts, because your thoughts are shaping you every second. Set alarms if you must. Every hour, ask yourself, what am I letting into my mind right now? Is this building me into the woman I want to be, or is it slowly breaking me apart? You have the power to decide what you think. You have the power to choose how you feel, and you have the absolute power to decide what you do with this one life. Stop living like a slave to outside influences. Be the queen of your own mind. Shape it, protect it, control it, guard it as though your future depends on it, because it does. There comes a moment when being average burns too deeply, when living in mediocrity eats at your stomach like poison, when waking up to repeat the same routine in the same tired way feels like a slow death. And eventually, something inside of you snaps. That something is your fire. It's been there all along. You've only been too afraid to open it. Too afraid to fail, too afraid of the judgment, too afraid of the pain, too afraid of how much effort it would demand. But deep down, you know it's there. That calling, that passion, that gift, it is you. It's always been you. And the very day you stop running from it is the day your life truly begins. So get honest with yourself. Get uncomfortable. Push yourself to the edge, and when you think you've gone far enough, push just a little further. The life you dream of will never come from waiting. It comes from going to war. A war against your comfort zone. A war against laziness. A war against the weaker version of you that you're ready to leave behind. And that war doesn't begin tomorrow. It begins today. This journey, it's not soft, it's not pretty. It's brutal. It's exhausting. And people will ask you, but are you happy? And I'll tell you, happiness isn't the point here. If you knew my story, if you knew what I had to crawl through just to be standing here, speaking this truth with fire in my voice, you wouldn't ask me about smiles. You'd ask me how I survived. Because nothing I have now came easy. Nothing was handed to me. Every step cost something. Every victory came with scars. What I carry is pride, not because of what I've achieved, but because of what I've overcome. Yes, I have a face that the world sees, and people will always judge it. But behind that face is pain, fire drive. I am not wired like everyone else. I am obsessed. I am determined. And most people will never understand that because mediocrity is comfortable. Mediocrity feels safe. That's why we often surround ourselves with people who let us off the hook. People who say, "It's okay, you've done enough. Rest. You don't have to push anymore." But that voice of comfort, it's a lie. So I stepped away from that circle and I became someone else. I created a version of me that didn't exist before. I carved her out of pain, isolation, and relentless work. And here's what I discovered. If you want to be great, if you want to be unstoppable in what you do, you will be misunderstood. You will be judged. You will be called insane. That's the price. You will lose people. You will confuse them. You will scare them because they cannot understand your hunger. They cannot understand why you're still working at midnight when everyone else is sleeping. They can't understand why you're reading, studying, training when everyone else is busy gossiping. But you understand. And that's why their approval is not your path. You will arrive at a place very few can handle. A place where balance doesn't apply, where passion eats comfort alive, where focus crushes distraction. If you really want it, you have to go to war with normal. You have to be willing to feel not all there, to feel different, to feel a little insane in your devotion. Your mind will have to live in details, in numbers, in visions that no one else can see. While others are laughing about the latest drama, you'll be too busy building the woman you want to become. That is the price. That is the sacrifice. And listen, if you don't love your dream with every piece of your soul, don't open that door. Because once you step inside, life will test you again and again and again. But if you do love it, if it fills your lungs like oxygen, then go all in. Because obsession beats talent every time. You can be born with every gift in the world, but if you're not consumed by your calling, someone hungrier will take your place. Always. This has never been about them. It has always been you versus you. The battlefield has always been inside your own mind. That voice you hear. It's the most powerful opponent you will ever face. Are you the best? Then prove it. Train like it. Walk like it. Speak like it. Live like it. And if you're not the best yet, then rise higher because you can. You have the brain. You have the heart. You have the power. You can make the decision right now to rewrite your story. You can be the woman who breaks cycles, the woman who builds the kind of life most only dream of, the woman who becomes a fortress for her family. So tell me, why not you? The road is raw. It is cruel. It is every day. Back when I was training, we would run endless drills, long routes we thought we knew. And when we recognized the finish line, people's faces would light up. They would smile because they thought it was almost over. But sometimes the instructor would run straight past that finish line, and in that instant, the smiles would die. And I knew that was the moment souls broke, because people were living off hope. They hoped the end would come soon. They hoped for easy conditions. They hoped for relief. But I don't live on hope. I want the water freezing. I want the path endless, because that's where the truth reveals itself. That's where you discover who you really are. So where do you go? My sister, when it's dark, when your body aches, when your soul feels tired. Do you rise or do you make excuses? Most people talk. They talk about how hard it is. They talk about how they don't feel ready. They talk until the talking becomes their prison. But not you. You are capable of more. The truth is, most women aren't afraid of failure. They're afraid of the first step. Afraid because they imagine every possible disaster miles down the road. But greatness doesn't work like that. Greatness only asks for one thing: discipline. Not motivation, not luck. Discipline. Motivation fades. Discipline stays. Discipline is doing the things you don't want to do, but doing them as if you love them. And let me tell you this. Your purpose is not out there waiting for you to stumble on it. It's not in money or status or other people's approval. Your purpose is you. It's becoming the highest, truest version of yourself. That's the mission. That's the reason you're here. Every morning when I wake up and I don't feel like moving, I ask myself, do I want to live today as a coward? Do I want to end the day knowing I could have, but didn't? Comfort is killing too many dreams. Comfort is killing too many women. It's cold. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. Enough. You must show your body that your mind is the one in charge. Because when your mind leads, your life changes. So stand up, queen. The war is here, and you were born to win it. You want to win, then show up when it feels impossible. You want to grow, then train when every muscle aches. Because nothing lasts forever. Not the pain, not the failures, not the seasons you go through, but your habits, your mindset, your discipline. Those can carry you for life. You have to learn to perform without waiting for a spark of motivation. You have to move even when there's no crowd clapping for you. No friend cheering you on, no light shining your way. You have to work anyway, because most people only push forward when life feels easy. But what happens when the bills pile up? What happens when the lights go off? When your own family doubts you? When people whisper that you can't do it? Will you still rise? Some women stop the moment they hear no. They stop when nobody shows up. They stop when their first plan crumbles. But what if every woman quit after her first rejection? What if we all gave up because someone didn't believe in us? Where would we be? You know who makes it. The ones who keep moving. The women who show up again and again, who remind themselves daily, it's not over until I win. That hunger, that refusal to quit, that's what separates those who only dream from those who actually make it real. Because when the noise dies down, when the spotlight fades, when it's just you facing yourself in the mirror, that's when you'll discover if this journey ever meant anything to you at all. Motivation will fade. Passion will flicker. But discipline, that's the hammer that smashes through walls. That's the edge that changes everything. Most mornings, I wake up with no fire, no rush, no butterflies in my chest. But I still get up, I still move. Because I don't live by feelings. I live by choices. I show up. I grind. And once I start, the fire eventually shows up. Not before, never before. People ask me, why don't you come out more? Why are you always training? Why are you buried in books, in study, in work? Why don't you relax and have fun like everyone else? And I look them straight in the eye and say, because I'm chasing something bigger. Because I want more than temporary fun. Because I'm building a future. You think the parties are going somewhere. You think the gossip circles won't still be there tomorrow. You think the distractions will help you when life tests you. No, they'll always be here. But your one chance won't. So while others are chasing comfort, I'm chasing legacy. While others are sleeping in, I'm putting in the reps. While they're waiting for motivation, I'm creating results. Because I'm not trying to impress them. I'm building me. The truth is, the more different you are, the more misunderstood you'll feel, the greater your chances of becoming truly great. Because the women who are called weird, they're the ones too committed to be casual, too focused to be distracted, too obsessed to explain themselves to people who don't get it. You can't be exceptional and average at the same time. when everyone else is relaxing, when everyone else is talking about balance. The rare ones are locked in, shaping their craft, sharpening their vision, building something no one else can even see yet. And while the world doubts, while it laughs, while it gossips behind your back, you build. Quietly, patiently, silently. And when your time comes, you won't just rise, you'll soar into greatness. But here's the truth. You've got to stop with this "I can't catch a break" story. You've got to stop with the complaining, the blaming, the excuses. Every second you waste whining is a second. You could spend winning. You could be hustling. You could be sharpening your skills. You could be reading, meditating, studying, fixing what's broken, becoming who you were meant to be. But instead, too many wait for motivation. And let me tell you, motivation is a lie. It comes, it goes. It's a spark, not a steady fire. If you're waiting for motivation, you've already lost. What you need is discipline. Discipline is doing the hard thing like you love it. It's pushing when your body screams, "Stop." It's getting up when you're empty, when you've got nothing left, and still doing one more rep, sending one more email, making one more call, putting in one more hour of study. I've met women with incredible talent, natural brilliance, endless potential, but they won't leave their comfort. They won't let go of excuses. That's why they stay stuck. And that's where I find my strength. While they sit in their feelings, I go to battle with mine. While they wait for a better mood, I move anyway. While they talk about what they could do, I'm out here doing it. I can't catch a break. People around me. I don't want that energy. I don't want that mindset. Because I've had bad breaks. We all have. But I didn't fold. I figured it out. I stayed up later, worked longer, fell harder, came back stronger. Success is not clean. It's not given. You don't just show up and win. You screw up. You get embarrassed. You fail. Then you rise and you try again. Every so-called bad break is a choice. Either get bitter or get better. I've failed countless times. But every failure was a brick. And brick by brick, I built the woman I am today. That's the truth. One day you'll look in the mirror and say, "I could have been great." Or you'll look and say, "Yes, I became who I was born to be." There comes a point in every woman's life when she realizes no one is coming. No one is going to hand her a better life. No one is going to fight her battles. You either grow or you stay stuck, forever waiting for someone else to fix it. That's the moment when a girl becomes a woman. And those who avoid it, they stay small, dependent, fragile. You want refunds. Don't scream. Win. Success is the loudest revenge. It silences every critic, every hater, every doubt. You don't defeat them by words. You build a life so powerful that they vanish in your shadow. Because when you build it yourself, no one can take it away. And when they copy you, they'll never get it right. They don't know what you went through. They didn't live it. They didn't bleed for it. So when their version breaks, they can't fix it. That's why originals always win. And if you're going to try, then go all the way. Not halfway. Not when it feels good, not until it gets tough. All the way. Lose sleep if you must. Lose comfort. Lose people. Lose your mind if you have to. But go all in, because that's what it takes. There is no shortcut. You want to grow? You want to build something real? Then do it. And do it again and again until it's undeniable. And yes, you'll doubt yourself. You'll wonder if it's working. You'll stress. You'll fall behind. You'll be tired, exhausted, ready to quit. But that pain, that struggle, that's exactly what separates you from them. If it's hard, good. If it's uncomfortable, good. That means most people won't do it, which means more for you. You want to be a champion, you want to be remembered, then stop talking. Nobody cares that you're tired. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody's coming to rescue you. You want your name etched in history. Then bleed for it. Sweat for it. Sacrifice for it. And if you won't, step aside because someone else will. So if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. If you're wondering when to start, start now. If you're hoping someone will save you, stop. No one is coming. It's on you. Silence that voice telling you to wait. Ignore that fear whispering. What if you fail? Burn down that comfort zone you keep hiding in. This is your life, your one shot, your only chance. Whether you rise or fall, whether you fight or fold, whether you become who you were meant to be, it's all on you. It doesn't matter where you came from, how many times you've been knocked down, how far behind you feel. None of that defines you. What defines you is what you do next. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are one decision away from a completely different life. And when you finally stop stalling, stop explaining, stop quitting, and go all in, that's when the game changes. That's when the world shifts. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger, sharper, unstoppable. You want respect. Take it. You want your name remembered. Earn it. You want to build a life so powerful it makes doubters choke on their words. Then shut up and build it. Let your grind speak. Let your results roar. Let your presence silence every question they ever asked about you. And in the quiet moments, when no one is clapping, when the motivation is gone, when it's just you and the darkness, keep going. When the weight is crushing, when the climb feels endless, when the pain feels unbearable, keep going, because that's where greatness lies. Most people won't make it. Most will quit. But you, if you're still here, still listening, still breathing, you didn't come this far just to stop. You didn't survive everything just to quit now. You are still in the fight, so finish it. Earn the life you were born to live. If you're still here after all this, you're not like the rest. You're built different. So prove it. Live it. And remember, only you decide how limitless you are.